Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. However you listen to this, thanks for listening to another episode of the Peak Signing Agents podcast. Real quick, I want to thank everyone that responded to the last episode. I got a lot of direct messages that they really liked the topic I talked about the my prediction for the next refinance boom. I had a lot of people comment on social media on the post that when I published the episode. So thanks to everyone that commented. Got a lot of comments on it. In fact, even one of my escrow offices, they commented on it as well. I thought that was pretty cool that they were listening. So anyway, thanks to everyone that was listening. And if you're wondering how to get a hold of me, I am on social media, on all the social media platforms at Peak Signing, along with the YouTube channel and the podcast, Peak Signing Agents, as you probably already know. So anyway, thanks for listening. And on that last episode, I did mention about going wide, how you should go wide with your business, because the next refinance boom, like I said last week, it definitely won't happen this year. Might happen next year, or the year after. But until that boom happens, you need to stay in business. So I talked about last week how you should go wide. Just sign up with many signing platforms, as many as you can. And I also talked about growing wide, about having many, how I have many customers. I have many escrow offices and escrow officers that I service. So every day, instead of having a little bit of customers, I have a little bit from a lot of customers, and that helps me stay in business. So if you're wondering, should I be marketing direct? Well, then this episode is for you. I'm going to talk about when is the best time to start marketing directly for business. Now, when I say when is the best time to market direct, the word when is a space of time. Like when should it happen? So I'm going to talk about that in two forms. When, as in when is the right time in your business to go marketing, and when is the best time physically to walk into an office or call or email. I'm going to talk about that specifically when I say when. So in two forms. So when is the best time to market direct? When it comes to your business, it's all on you. When do you think is the best time to market direct? You might be happy with signing services. For a long time, when I started becoming a loan signing agent, I was very happy with just being direct. With just being with signing service. I was making six figures with signing services. I had a lot of notifications come my way, and I was out doing many signings, and I was totally okay with that. Very, very content with that. The reason that I was being held back from going direct, like marketing direct, number one, I was a little nervous. I was a little nervous about it, and if you are, I totally get it. I've been in your shoes. I was a little nervous. And two was, what was my goal? Was my goal going to be, I'm going to be a loan signing agent full time? Because I didn't want one of my direct companies to hit me up for a signing and I wasn't going to be available and say, no, sorry, I'm busy, or I'm doing something else. I didn't want to do that. So that was another thing that was hindering me from going direct marketing. And so I was very happy with signing services, but it did come to a point where I'm still a very busy signing agent. I'm still out there doing a lot of signings myself, but it came to a point where I was doing a lot of signings, and I was kind of figuring out the math. So I was maybe getting paid, I don't know, $90 to $100 per signing, $90 to $110. And I knew, because sometimes you on the settlement statement or the closing disclosure, you can see the notary fee on there. And I'd see it for maybe 150, 175, maybe 200, depending where the title office was located. So I knew I was getting maybe 2/3 of the fee. And I was okay with that. I never had a problem that I wasn't getting the full fee. I believe in capitalism myself. So I was totally fine that I was getting 2/3 of the fee. I was totally fine with that. I knew that the signing service, they did the legwork. They got that client. They have to deal with the headache of all the other notaries. They have to deal with paying staff, paying overhead. I understood all of that. That never bothered me. But, I would do the math. Let's just say the average fee I would see is $150 and I was getting paid $100. So, I'm getting paid 2/3. But I started to do the math, like, okay, I'm doing 6 signings today. That extra $50 per signing that I'm losing on, that's about an extra $300. If I did the math of averages, that's about $300 that I'm losing per day. Or that's one way I can look at it. I can look at I'm losing $300 a day, or I could look at it like that's 3 less signings that I would have to do for the day. That's the way I looked at it. I was like, okay, I'm losing 300, or I can do 3 signings less per day and still make the same amount of money. So I just had to make the decision, okay, do I want to market direct, and am I willing to just be available all the time? Because I see so many notaries in their profiles put they're available 24/7, but then you call them and they just seem annoyed that you called them. I don't get it. So if you're not going to be available 24/7, don't put that in your profile that you're available 24/7. And if you're expecting if you want signing opportunities when you answer the phone, don't seem annoyed when you answer the phone. All right. And I know this mostly happens with guys and I get it, right? There's a lot of scam calls coming in. There's so many scammers. It's annoying. I totally get it. But also remember, you're a professional. So you answering the phone like a tough guy is not going to deter a scammer. All right. So when it's funny when guys say hello when they answer the phone, I say, hey, this is Derek with Peak Signing. I have a signing opportunity in your area. Is this, John Doe? Because they didn't answer the phone in a way for me to know. Like, oh yeah, hi, this is John. How can I help you, Derek? It's funny how they change their tone so quick. I laugh at it every time. But anyway, I was like, okay, am I going to be available for my escrow or mortgage companies when they call? Because it's kind of like I'm going to have to be almost on call now. Am I willing to be there? Am I willing to do that? And when I finally decided to market direct, I was ready to be like, okay, I am available anytime you need me. So that's when it kind of clicked in my head when it was time for me to market direct, because I said, if I did 6 signings, that's $300 less that I'm losing, or that's 3 signings less that I had to do. So I decided, yes, okay, I'm ready. So you didn't need to decide when it's time for that in your business. When is the best time for you to go direct? It's up to you. Do you want the full fee? And if you do, that's great. Are you available to be available for your clients? Now, remember, most title companies have more than just one notary. So if you're not available, of course they wanted you. That's why they reached out to you. But that's okay. They're going to use one of their other notaries. And nothing wrong with that. So, keep that in mind that you don't have to always be available. But for me, I wanted to be the only one that they use. Okay. I want to be the only notary you use. So I'll be available whenever you need it. That was kind of my approach. And so again, you decide what's best for your business. You decide when it's time to scale your business. It's when you feel comfortable to do that. Is when you feel comfortable being like, I am available when you need me. And sometimes it's last minute. I literally will just be heading home for the day, thinking, okay, I'm done. It's 4 o'clock, it's 5 o'clock. I've been out since 8 a.m. And it's been a long day. I'm done. And then I'll get a call, hey, we're ready to close up, but we have another signing. Can you do it for us, please? And what's my answer every time? Absolutely. Send me the documents when you can. And I do it. So you have to decide, are you going to be available for that? And again, if you're not, that's okay. There's nothing wrong with being only with signing services. There's nothing wrong with that. If you are going direct, but you're not, you set hours for yourself, or you just decide when enough is enough, or a distance is too far, there's nothing wrong with that. All right. But that's what made me start a signing service, was when they say, hey, can you go, 2.5 hours away. It's like, no, I don't go that far. That's 5 hours just in driving. That's when I decided to start my signing service, though, but I can find somebody for you. Anyway, that might be another episode. So when is the best time to market direct? Number one is when for your business is the right time to market direct, and you need to make that decision. For me, it was the decision is I didn't want to lose money, or I wanted to do less for the same amount of money. That's when it was the right time for me. Then the second part is like when is the best time to market direct? Now, if you talk to anyone that's in marketing, they would tell you always, anytime is the best time to market. You should be marketing all the time, whether you're in networking events, whether you're talking to real estate agents, loan officers, escrow officers, escrow assistants. Every time is the best time to be marketing, right? Now, maybe the best question or the better question is, when is not a good time to market? Because there probably are times that is not ideal for your potential customer. There are times that are not ideal. So when you decide to market direct and you're like, okay, I'm physically going to walk in to a loan office or a title office, I'm physically going to walk in there and market myself. And I might do another episode of more specifics of marketing, like what to say, what to do, some tips and tricks and things like that. But on this episode, I'm going to talk about when is the best time to go market. Because there are times that are not ideal. Again, you should always be marketing in some sense, always talking about your business, letting people know that you're in business, that you're open for business. Like that, it should be no secret. For me, I don't want it to be a secret that I'm a loan signing agent. I don't want it to be a secret that I'm only keeping for myself and no one knows what I do, because then I won't stay in business. I want it to be open to everyone. Hey, I'm open for business. This is what I do. If you need me, reach out to me. So when maybe is not the best time to market direct? Here's what I think. I think when you decide to market, if it's near you, you should walk into an office. I don't think the phone call or email is the best approach. Nothing wrong with it. Again, there's no bad marketing. I mean, marketing is always good. If it's in another state, you're trying to market from another state, well, yeah, probably email or phone call is the best. But if it's near you, I do think that the physicality of seeing someone, speaking with someone, locking eye to eye with someone, and being truthful and being humble and being confident in what it is that you do, it exudes from you, and they can see that. They can feel your energy. So when you walk in and you're like, hi, my name is Derek, I'm a mobile notary. That's how I say it like that. I don't say loan signing agent. They have no idea what a loan signing agent is. In fact, a loan signing agent, I to the best of my knowledge, is a made up term. It's not even like a real title. It's just a title that we as notaries have given ourselves to distinguish ourselves from just a notary public that will notarize any form to I specialize in loan signings. I have training in loan signings. And so I think that's what differentiates us from a notary being called a loan signing agent. But I think anyone in the mortgage industry or anyone in the escrow industry have no idea what that title is. So I never use the title loan signing agent. I use the title mobile notary because that's how they refer to us. I'm speaking their language. They refer to us as mobile notaries or just notaries. Okay, that's how they refer to us when they're talking to their agents and they're telling their realtor, hey, I'm going to get a notary out to your clients. They don't say, well, I'm getting a loan signing agent out to your clients, right? I get copied in these email threads. They don't use that type of terminology. So I speak their language. So when I walk in, I say, hi, my name is Derek. I'm a mobile notary. And then I give my pitch. And I try to speak their language the whole time. You know, I tell them how important the right to cancel is. You know, this is the language that I speak to them. And you need to know your verbiage. I was just talking with one of the local notaries here. We're based in Utah, and I did a meetup with a lot of the local notaries here. And she was saying that she was trying to speak their language and say, oh, I know how to fill out PCORs. Well, PCOR is a California thing. So she's trying to speak the language to the title office, but it's a language they don't know, right? Because like we don't do PCORs. Like that does not affect us. I don't even know what that is. So it almost kind of sounds like, are you making stuff up? And I'm not saying that's what the notary is doing. In fact, I know this notary, and she's great. She's a wonderful person as well. But she wasn't speaking their language. She was trying to speak their language, but that was a California form, and we're in Utah. It didn't make sense. So you need to speak their language. So their language, when I say I'm a mobile notary, now right away they know, oh, this guy can go out and sign documents for our clients wherever they are. That's what they're thinking. He's going to go wherever, whenever to sign documents for my clients when I say I'm a mobile notary. So that's what I say when I go in. And I just kind of talk their language a little bit, like, what service can I provide? I'm here for you. And again, I can go into another episode about how to kind of pitch yourself and talk yourself. But anyway, when I talk very clear. I'm just there. I want to make eye contact with them. I want them to see me, and they can see my confidence that I know what I'm doing. And the best language that I can say is not necessarily their speaking their terminology, but is to do it with a smile. Because the way I talk to them shows the way that I'm going to talk to their clients. And they want someone who's confident to read the documents, to explain the documents that their clients are going to sign. And if I seem nervous, if I'm sitting with my hands in my pocket and I'm looking at the floor, looking at the ceiling, they're not going to see my confidence. Why would they want to use me? If I talk with a very low tone, their clients are not going to be able to hear me. I talk excited. Like when I'm talking to the escrow officer or I'm talking to the loan officer and I'm pitching myself, I talk with a smile and with enthusiasm. And a lot of people say, oh, I liked your energy. Because no one wants a vampire energy drainer. Nobody wants that. So that's how I talk. So anyway, like I said, I can go into a whole other episode about tips and hacks on how to pitch yourself. But today I'm going to talk about when is the best time. Always is the best time to be marketing. So when is not a good time maybe to go market? Because you don't want to be an annoyance. So there are times when you maybe go into an office and you're bringing some goodies, and I do encourage that. I don't like going in empty-handed to an office. I don't like to. Not to say I haven't done. I have walked in because I traveled over an hour to a signing, and I was like, well, I'm out in the area. And I drove by 3 offices on my way to the signer's house. Maybe on my way back, I'll stop and just pop in and just say hi to these offices. Maybe next time I'm up here, I'll bring something next time I'm up here. Because again, it's always good to be marketing. It's always good to let people know you're in business and what you do. But there are times where you don't want to be annoying. So you don't want to keep going in. Read the body language. If they seem annoyed that you are in there, keep the conversation short. Maybe don't have a long pitch. Maybe if your pitch, you shouldn't have a long pitch anyway. It should be a very short one. Something that you've memorized, that you've practiced. But if you can kind of read their body language, right? If they seem annoyed, if they're looking at their watch, if they're tapping their foot, hey, they don't got time. Make it quick. Just say, hey, sorry to bother you. But I'm just in the area. I'm a mobile notary. Leave a card. If you need my help, let me know. Like, read their body language. You can go in another time. Maybe right that point is not a good time for them. Maybe they're busy. They just happen to walk to the front to see who is there. Sometimes there's escrow officers who are all alone in the office. Maybe it's a smaller office. They don't have the receptionist in at the moment. They don't have any of their assistants in. They're just kind of by themselves. So they're going to go see who's at the front door, but they're busy. Anyway, read their language, right? Know if they're annoyed, it's time to cut out, right? If they just seem, and they're in a hurry, stop it. You don't want to be an annoyance, because then that's how they look at you. Even if you come in later, they're like, oh, it's this guy again, the guy that just wouldn't shut up about himself, right? So you don't want that feelings towards you. So read the body language. Know when it's time to keep it short and leave. If they're asking you questions, hey, that's a good time to stick around. Okay. So again, I'm going to talk about maybe when is not a good time if they seem annoyed. Maybe don't come during a lunchtime. Maybe between 11 and 1. That's when most people leave for lunch or have luncheon. So I personally try not to go marketing between 11 and 1 because that's probably their lunchtime. And no one wants to be interrupted during lunch for a sales pitch. Okay. No, nobody does unless you're on Shark Tank. So maybe don't do it between that window. That's just my opinion. Another time not to go marketing direct is probably a Monday. I've found that most escrow officers or loan officers are busy on Monday because they just came in to all these emails. So remember, when are realtors the most busy? On the weekends, right? Because that's when people are off of work and that's when they want to go look at homes. They want to go to open houses. So realtors are working their butt off on the weekends and they're emailing. They're emailing to say, hey, we got a signing set up. We're doing a closing. Mortgage officers might still be working on the weekends. They might get emails from their realtor saying, hey, we're putting in an offer. What are they approved for? Okay, let's get this set up. And so emails are happening all over the weekend. So when they come in on Mondays, they're bombarded with emails. I've just found that Mondays is probably not the best day. They just are a little bit more busy, it seems, on a Monday. So I recommend not marketing on a Monday. Again, you do whatever you want. These are just my suggestions, my tips. I could be wrong. You might have found that the Mondays are the best day for you to go marketing. Then great. If you found out that it works for you, keep doing it. I'm just saying from my experience, what I have seen. Mondays are not a good time. The window of lunch, maybe from between 11 and 1 might not be the best time. Again, marketing is always a good time, but there might be times that are just not the best, not ideal. And definitely the number one time that is not the best time to go marketing. Again, this is just my opinion. This last tip right here is probably the tip that would be the most annoying for your escrow or loan officers or even realtors. This next tip might be the most annoying. You definitely do not want to market during this time, is my suggestion, is a month end. All right. Everyone's trying to hit their goals for the end of the month. A lot of people are trying to get everything signed and notarized and finalized and funded and recorded at the end of the month. And they're just busy. I would recommend not going in during month end. That's my tip. So again, to wrap this all up, when is the best time to market? It's always a good time to go marketing. When is the good time to go for your business? When you feel it, you're ready. When you feel like, okay, I want to go marketing, and you might be nervous. I get it, but everyone that marketed direct has been nervous. Even I have many clients and I still get nervous before I walk in. I'm just less nervous than the first time. And I'm less nervous than the 10th time. And I'm less nervous than the 50th time. You just get less nervous. So it's okay. It's okay if you're nervous. You have to overcome that. But again, my 3 tips on when the best time is not to go marketing. I don't think you should be marketing on Mondays, during a lunch window, and definitely not during month end. All right, those are my tips on when not to market. All right, hopefully this episode again provides great value to you. I hope you enjoyed the podcast. If you do, please feel free to reach out to me. I told you how to get a hold of me, and have a great one. Bye.